shit at all. He don't sugarcoat nothing, and he's ready to brawl. State of the WWE, Joe Cronin podcast. All the latest wrestling stories. Here we go, Joe. Drop a dawn on shit at all. He don't sugarcoat nothing,
live to help Joe survive. And if you do, then he will gobble your name on the show. Leave. Let's go. J.O. let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's wrestle and talk with the tip two. Let's go. Let's go. Let's wrestle and talk with the tip two. WWE Joe Cronin podcast. All the latest wrestling stories. Let's wrestle and talk with the tip two.
Yeah. 75,000 subscribers. Yeah, suck it, son. Suck on it, son.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Subscribe now. Super thanks in the comments.
Spread your legs open wide. We're coming tonight. Spread your legs open wide. And I'm coming tonight. live on a Wednesday night. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not too bad tonight for AEW. I mean, nothing great to me, but like entertaining stuff enough here or there. Probably give, probably in the 6s somewhere myself. I also happen to be able to watch Evolve at the same time that I watched AEW Dynamite tonight. So that was cool. Goes from the coast with his normal, like, onslaught of text messages before the show starts. Luis Sardinetta is in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. Did you watch Evolve? Did you watch AEW Dynamite? What did you watch tonight? Is Evolve going to beat AEW? I don't think so. You know, Peter Rosenberg is doing commentary for WWE Evolve, so how about that? It wasn't that bad, to be honest. His commentary wasn't that bad. It was better than... I liked Peter Rosenberg and whoever the other guy is better than Corey Graves and better than the main roster guys. For some reason, I like them better. But obviously not a big Peter Rosenberg because he's a suck-up, fake piece of garbage fan. And he stole my job, obviously. So, fuck Peter Rosenberg. He's a fake person. But no, he did pretty good on commentary. I gotta be honest. Not too bad. You know? Not so bad. More exciting than what I heard from many other people. Just like I feel about Ian Riccaboni and Excalibur on AEW. It's like, yeah, alright, they're better. I mean, they might have called the Cena heel turn better too. You know? Just about anybody. Than whatever we had on WWE the other night. Peter Rosenberg sold his soul. That could be what it is. It could definitely be what it is. I sold my soul today. Today I sold my soul today to AIDS. In case you didn't know it. It was unbelievable. Oh boy, what a day. What a horrible day I had. Did you guys have a good day? I finally, at the end of the day, I sat down to watch some wrestling. AEW ripped off WWE tonight. Wow, with what? Tell me with what, because maybe I missed it. Or maybe I'm not connecting the dots. Let me tell you something, that Tony Storm promo was fire. Oh my God, Tony Storm. That little backstage interview was killing me. Oh my God, bro. That is next level entertaining to me. Let's take a look at it.
This. You did this. You came into Tony's life. You're the one that started this.
And I made it all work. All of it. It's not because of her. It's because of us that's together. You are nothing without me. That title is nothing without me. You survived me and are with me because deep in your heart you know Mariah did it better. Isn't this what you always wanted? A trilogy with your greatest co-star, and it's back where we first shared a ring together.
What are we
at
looking
Revolution. We can have our Hollywood ending, the one we always dreamed of.
You do not deserve the dignity of death. I sentence you to a lifetime of mediocrity. Your life will continue. Your career will continue, and it'll be good, but never great. People will like you, but never love you. Because the star that you are will not compare to this monster that you've become. So you will dwindle, be replaced, and be forgotten. And then one day, many years from now, someone will ask, whatever happened to Mariah May?
That might actually happen, to be honest.
She found out what happens when you try to kill God.
I pray that neither of you seriously get hurt.
Pray for her.
Yeah, what a beautiful backstage promo.
Against the Death Riders. And since that day, that man has had my back. And since that day, I have had his. And now, Moxley's all alone. And this Sunday, Revolution!
This Sunday,
I will be there to see in the new AEW World Champion.
Yeah.
Cope.
Well, that definitely could happen, and it might happen. Jay White standing aside Cope this Sunday.
At World's End.
There you go. Get a little Copey.
Sacramento, you are looking live at the best wrestler alive. Saying one thing, people over there are saying another thing.
Yeah.
But tonight, I want us to all get on the same page. Hold this. Try to follow along. Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. Let's go, Max.
That's a lot to say. That's a little rough to get.
That's a lot to say. That's pretty rough.
Follow along. Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler alive. Let's go, Max.
That's a lot to say. That's a little rough to get.
He was a good rapper. I
don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Interesting tights, though. Suck up Jones.
He was a good rapper, though. I thought that was funny. I thought that part was funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's the Joe Cronin Show. It's Wednesday night. Anything goes. Whatever you want to do, talk about. You want to talk trash about the world, the country, your mother, my mother, AEW, WWE Evolve was tonight. Talk about that, too. Talk about a lot of things. Plus, 75,000 subscribers. We hit it today and then blew it away. So, how's that for a rhyme? Maxi Pants or Maxi Pad? I don't know. We'll call it Maxi Pad now, I guess. 75,054 subscribers. Feels good to be here. Feels good to be hard, quite honestly, down there, if you know what I mean. But let's go to the donations real quick before I get into anything, because there already were some I might have missed. So let's check them out now. New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Michael Halford subbed to the channel, and because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. That's why he subbed to this channel. His wife was like, you know what? I want to get some D tonight. You better sub to that channel, brother. Okay?
Shit, bum.
Better do it.
Not him, but Becky calling out Punk. I love it.
Thank you, the citizen, for the $2 super chat party. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, brother. I don't know. Well, we're going to talk about whether AEW was better than Evolve tonight. I mean, it's not even close. The Citizen, thank you for the $2. The Citizen, thank you for the $2.
Bum.
Hello, content creator.
Hello.
Thank you for your continued support for America's autistic children. Please accept this small reward from the Autistic American Society. User Tom Inc. 2010 nominated you for recognition at our recent rally for awareness.
Well, that's nice. He's dead, but that's nice of you to say that. Thank you so much for the donation, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the shout out. I'm always willing to do my part. James Jones, we'll talk about your Evolve question in the chat. I do want to talk about that. Samantha Grimes, Cronin makes over $20K a month on donations.
New subscriber.
What?
You fucking mark!
Bro, last week I was under attack by the trolls saying that I'm a loser and I don't make any money and my channel's dead. Now this week it's I make $20K. What the fuck is going on with the trolls, man? They can't even get on the same page. One week it's that I suck, my channel's dead, and I don't make any money, and I don't have nobody watches. But now this week you're telling me I make $20,000 a month. Man, if I made $20,000 a month, I probably wouldn't have to ever say that I have a donation link. If I was making $20K a month, oh my God, bro. I'd be on easy street. $20K a month, I'd be set for life. Man, I would be much happier. I wouldn't have felt like killing myself 3 times today if I made $20K a month. That would be crazy. I even got like scammed today, pretty much. I got scammed by a brand deal today. There's a bunch of brand deals out there, and sometimes they're like $200, $500 or less in people like me, my category. But once in a while, a couple, big ones come around, but I really haven't. I don't get them really, and I don't whatever. But so I got one earlier that I thought was real almost, and then it looked like it was really going to be real for like $5,000. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to save my life. This is going to save everything for the next, while I'm looking for a job and everything. This is amazing. And it looks like I'm surprised I still have a bank account right now. Because I clicked on some things and did some things and then went, wait a minute. So I may, my life could be over tomorrow. I don't know. But I think I did take the right precautions, and I realized it right away, kind of. Not right away, but I realized it in time. But it was like, oh, this seems really legit. The guy seems real. There's a video. All these things were adding up to make sense, and it turned out to be, oops. Once I should have known from the beginning when it was that amount of money. I was like, this doesn't sound right. It's just funny. I've had plenty of stuff. I've had some things with people over the years. I remember when Kill Cliff sponsored the show. When Kill Cliff sponsored the show, we made I think it was like $200. It was like 3 months and $200. And I thought that was amazing back then. But yeah, $20K a month in donations? I don't think so, brother. We did have $20K 1 month back in 2018 or 17, maybe 18. 1 month. That did happen in 2018. God. How about you kill yourself? Prove it. Prove it. Kill yourself. How about that? Prove it. You can add them up. You can literally just, why don't you prove it? Go watch the shows, you fucking idiot. Like, you're that retarded you can't count? You can literally count everything that ever comes in and be like, oh, this is the math, you stupid fuck. Nobody that makes $20K would ever fucking, mention that there's a donation link pinned to the top of the chat right now under Streamlabs. Go there, use the link, and you guys can use it to donate live to the show tonight. And maybe we can reach the goal of not being homeless. Yeah, it's been a bad week. It's been a piece of shit week, actually. It's been a piece of shit week. If I made $20K a month, I wouldn't be behind on my mortgage by 5 days right now. If I made $20K, I wouldn't owe $800 to my gas bill. If I made $20K, I wouldn't owe $1,500 to my electrical bill and have a shutoff for March 20th. If I made $20K, I wouldn't be looking for a job like a maniac right now. If I made $20K, I wouldn't have filled out an unemployment fucking thing the other day. If I made $20K, I wouldn't owe the IRS $70,000. If I made $20K, my wife wouldn't be making payments on her vehicle. If I made $20K, I wouldn't owe $2,000 to the water bill that keeps rolling into the mortgage every month. If I made $20K, I'd buy a hooker and rape her. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. But anyway, we get to the wrestling. But it is fun fucking around with the trolls, man. 1 week it's you don't make any money. The next week it's you make $20K. It's unfucking believable. These people never stop, and it's just a waste of time for them. But we did do pretty good as far as numbers this week, though. That's been great. The numbers are looking good. How about the numbers? 75,000 subs this week. It's one of the best months. February was one of the best months on this channel, numbers-wise, for like views and watch time and subscribers in like fucking 4 years or something. Crazy. So that part is true. Like, we are crushing the views compared to what we were before. So how about that? But that's about it. That doesn't mean people donate, though. And that doesn't mean you make enough money. In fact, we had one of the more shaky months last month, to be honest. You know what's funny? Had one of the more shaky months, yeah. Crazy. And during a month when I probably needed to have the opposite of that. But it is fun. It is fun to play with the trolls a little bit. Joe, if you were up 20K, what happened? You mean like back when we made that 20K that month? I think that was 2017 or 18. It's either 17 or 18. It might have been 18, if I remember. What happened was we had to get a car. I got a house. I think it was 2018. I had a lot of bills at the time. That month we did 20K. Yeah, a lot of things. I paid people. Mostly that I paid off all my bills. Because back in 2018 or 17, I had owed a lot of bills. I had a bad life at that point. I had like 7 credit cards. Things were fucked like they are right now. Things were fucked in 2017 and 18. Or not 17 and 18, but 17. 17 they were fucked. 16, 15, 14, 13, all the way going back to 12, right? So I had like tons of bills, tons of debt stuff, and all these things. I didn't have the IRS debt, but I had all this other debt. So when we made, I think it was like probably like 19,000 or 18,000 one month. I paid people that had never been paid. We paid off all the credit cards that I think I owed. I think I paid. In fact, paying off those credit cards is what probably helped also get me into the house. So yeah, that was huge to pay those off. So yeah, I pretty much dumped it all out and got everything, you know. Yeah, that's about what I can remember happening, if I remember. I think I bought a new computer at the time, if I remember. We bought a new computer. I bought a new desk maybe or something. I bought some stuff for the show. You know, it was a crazy month, that month. But anyway, it was something like that. We did a lot of things. Ugh. But that was back in the day. And then when I built it up again, I used that for the down payment on the house. So, but now it's a fucking mess. Now I'm back to 2015 again, where everything sucks. But I mean, not that you deserve to know everything, but I love talking about it. I'll talk about life all day because maybe someone's listening who's like 21 years old and they'll be like, damn, maybe I should be careful. And you should. Because what goes up must come down, and what's down could always go back up again. You know, it's like all that shit. You do your best, man. Life ain't easy. Yeah, you're right. Life ain't easy, especially when you're retarded like me, you know? What's up, guys? My mortgage right now is $2,600 a month. My mortgage is $2,600 a month. My electricity bill is around $480 a month. Gas is about $380 right now, with maybe something like that. You know, the water bill's up there, the insurance, not the insurance, the taxes, property. My monthly payment to the IRS is $1,500 a month. My wife's car is $300, and we have several credit cards totaling about maybe 1,800. So 1,500, 1,800. We've done this on the show before. I don't know why everybody always asks these things. Like, they're like, what's going on? Maybe because they're curious. I don't know, because of what's going, like, what are you talking about? You guys are bringing this up, not me. I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about Evolve and AEW tonight. But I'm answering it anyway. Fuck it. Yeah, it's a crazy amount, man. It's a crazy amount. But anyway, is owning a house worth the headache? I mean, maybe if you're ready for it. I would say you don't want to do anything until you're comfortable, you know? And I would say that if you're comfortable, don't be comfortable. Go crazy saving money and making money. Don't ever relax like I did. I relaxed a bit in 17, 18, 19, and 20. I relaxed, which is fine. You know, it makes sense to relax a little bit, but yeah, I'd relax too much. So don't relax, I would say. Keep the pedal to the metal and until you have 20, 40,000 saved. And then you kind of got something going on there. You know, you don't want to be stuck where I am, where it's like, it's really great that I'm in here and that, you know, whatever, but it's a lot of pressure to keep it going. It's a lot. And I don't know, it might kill me, you know, like it might kill me. But anyway, AEW, Evolve and AEW, you really can't compare the two of them, right? Because AEW is like what they are. We all know what it is. And Evolve is like this small-time independent show that's kind of got the glorified WWE glow about it, right? It's bizarre because it's the, what do you call it? The campground, the training ground, the, what the fuck is the word? I can't even think of words now. You guys got me flustered about my life falling apart. But we got 75,000 subs, man. We're partying. You know, it's the training ground. It's the training ground for the training ground. You know, maybe it's the scouting ground. Maybe it's the scouting ground. That's what it is. Something like that. What happened to Ghost, man? He was here. He's gone. Where'd Ghost go? Let me read his things. He was saying stuff. I meant to answer his stuff earlier. What the fuck was Ghost saying? Beefy Luigi. What's up, Beefy Luigi? One of the best names ever. Zeke the Plumber. Mariah May and Tony Storm have been pretty money. I mean, they've been pretty good. I love Tony Storm. I really don't care too much about Mariah May, but she's done a good job. But I really want to see. I'll watch Tony Storm cut promos on anybody in that character. Like at this point, I am down for anything she does at any point. Ghost said, this made me order Revolution. Wow, Ghost from the Coast earlier tonight said this made him order Revolution. And it's going to be, am I crazy? They said Revolution now is going to be on Amazon Prime, right? So we're not nuts. Like, that's actually happening? Shit bum. The Citizen.
Not him, but Becky calling out Punk. I love it.
Becky called out Punk, yeah. Did she deleted it, right? And by the way, did Becky show another girl's attire too? Or was that somebody else on Twitter I'm thinking of? Because I am telling you, bro, CM Punk is all over these other women in the company. It's so weird. He does these little like cutesy things with the women where they like knit the same picture together and go to like breakfast with each other. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? If I was, I'm telling you, they got to be swingers. They got to be swingers. They may even be in a satanic cult. They got to be swingers though, bro. Or into something weird, satanic or something. Because Punk is just like, he is like Mr. like hold your purse white knight for every woman in the WWE. It's very weird. I'm sorry. I've said it before. You guys have said it. We've all heard it. He's matching clothes with other women like at events. Like, what the fuck are they doing, dude? It's very bizarre. I cannot ignore it. It just won't. It sticks out to me. Like, I almost think he's out there scouting women to bring them home to him and AJ Lee, and they're going to do a three-way on somebody. CM Diddy. JJ Hunter, what's up, man? Yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't know, man. My house is it's a crazy thing. My mortgage should be about $2,300, but it's $2,600 because the water bill rolled into the house. You know? I don't know what the APR is. I know that I know that when we got it, the mortgage rate was like 4.1%. I think it's 4.1%. Punk called out to be creepy old man. Good thing he can't get what? Whatever you just said got deleted, King Hueco, and I was reading it too, goddammit. Kurtman, thanks for being a member. James Jones, thank you for being a member. Dreamers Lane, what up? CM Diddy. Dreamers Lane is the one that said CM Diddy. Oh my God, bro. Hell no, I don't buy it. It's not free, Joe. It's $50. Oh, the pay-per-view is $50. Oh, so even if you have Amazon Prime, you still have to pay $50? Well, at least it's not $60 or $100. $50? I'm not going to pay for it still. I'd probably pay for it if I was like, if I had $40,000 in the bank, I'd probably buy it. You know? Or if I had like a good amount of money in the bank, but I can't afford shit. So I don't think so. But we're having a 75,000 subscriber celebration in the chat tonight. If you want, go ahead and hit that like button and make it wet. What did you think? Was Evolve better than AEW if you watched both of them? It wasn't, by the way. I watched Evolve, and it was nice, and, you know, it was kind of nice to watch, you know, an independent show, but it did feel very small and closed in, and, you know, I thought the commentary was pretty good, though. If the commentary was bad, then that show would be dead. Like, that's a show that, like, you really do need the commentary to be, like, fairly good. Otherwise, it is just dead zone. So even though Peter Rosenberg is a turd head, they did pretty good. Like, they did good enough that I was like, yeah, that's actually not bad. Not bad. I thought it was, for a second, I thought it was Booker T's guys, because Booker T has great commentators over in Reality of Wrestling. So I thought it was Booker T's guys, Rosenberg. So, you know, I'll give it to them that was pretty good. Like, I would say that that's one of the shining points of the show was, the commentary was all right. You know? So that's what I felt about that. I thought it was pretty good as far as that goes. And then but AEW was probably a 6 out of 10 for me. Does Cena come to Pittsburgh June 30th? I don't think so. Let me look up. We do have the dates. We are going to look at those. We got the Cena dates. There's new Cena dates. Let me pull them up. They got May 30th. No, they're going to miss you, brother. That sucks. The brand new John Cena dates are Friday, May 30th, Knoxville, Tennessee. And Friday, June 13th. These are all SmackDown shows. So these are all SmackDown shows. There's no Raw. Kind of blows my mind. So SmackDown May 30th in Tennessee, SmackDown June 13th in Kentucky, SmackDown June 20th in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So big dates for Cena. 3 dates. May 30th, June 13th, and June 20th. Michigan, Kentucky, and Tennessee are going to see John Cena on SmackDown between May and June. So that's interesting. So that's quite a ways. And then then you're going to see John Cena on March 17th. I don't know where that show is, but March 17th, Cena. I think that's Raw. So March 17th is on Raw. And then Cena's going to only be booked on SmackDown for a little while. So, yeah, will Roman Reigns save Cody? Stone Cold Steve Austin the other day said he would save Cody next time. He really said that. So, are we going to, I guess Austin's knees are feeling better? I suppose. Stone Cold's got them nice knees, baby. Get weird.
New subscriber.
You fighting Mark?
Eric Stone has become Stone. No Stone. Eric Stone has become a subscriber. Thank you, Eric Stone, for becoming a subscriber. We like it when you subscribe.
New subscriber.
You fighting Mark?
Apparently he did it twice. Did you guys see Ric Flair crying over Cena getting 17? Like, just over the idea of it? Jesus. So Ric Flair is already crying just over the idea of Cena getting...
New subscriber.
Tying his record?
You fighting Mark?
I don't know what I'm going to do with an Nature Boy. The Arbiter. Thank you for subbing to the channel. Man, that's crazy. You're telling me that John Cena is going to be... He gets 17. Ric Flair is going to pass out. That's crazy. Oh, my God. Telling me that John Cena is going to be... Ric Flair is crying over Cena, and he hasn't even broken the record yet. That's wild. And CM Punk's running around looking for another woman for him and AJ Lee to beat up on. They're probably like what the accusations about Amanda Palmer and her ex-husband, the writer. It's probably like that, where she was grooming all the people for him. Neil Gaiman and Amanda Palmer, she's like allegedly feeding him females. Maybe that's what Punk is doing. He's feeding AJ Lee females. That's crazy. Neil Gaiman says rape accuser is fantasist and produces texts. Wow. I mean, every day there's new news on the Neil Gaiman stuff. Neil Gaiman calls ex-babysitter a fantasist after sexual assault allegations. WhatsApp messages prove former nanny's claims of rape are a sham. She's a fantasist. I didn't know that. Okay, so good. New details on the Neil Gaiman stuff. Neil Gaiman, you hear that, Garguts? There could be hope for you. Yes. Unbelievable. John Cena in the Hall of Fame next year, PS3 says. Yeah, maybe next year or the year after, right? Next year or the year after, I could see Cena going in. I bet it could depend on how busy Cena is. You know, I don't think we've gotten all the Hall of Fame members. I still think that there's one or two more to go in the next week. So, but I would expect by the 10th they'd all be in. I don't remember everybody on there, but I think we've got 6 so far.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt until last Sunday that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Sup Joe, congratulations on 75,000. I'm not gonna lay off the donations, you broke white boy. LOL, just kidding.
No, well, I am a loser. Let's be honest. I'm gonna be a loser. And I'll tell you what, if this unemployment doesn't kick in pretty soon, I might not be here again for a while because I might be gone. Seabass the Beast, thank you, though, for the congrats. 75,000 subs. And thank you to Spectral Citizen, who's a brand new $25 producer patron, as you see his name flashing up on the screen there with the other $25 producers. Get hard. It does seem like a slow rollout sport. It feels like a slow rollout this year. Evolve, people loved Evolve. I think it was pretty good. I'd give Evolve a 6 or 7 for what it is. For like a real wrestling show, to give it a real rating, I'd probably give it a 5. But for like what Evolve is, it was a fun little 6, 7 out of 10 little thing to watch. You know? Joe, day of the show, I'll find a stream. Oh, I should have a stream. I think I've got a pretty good setup now, but I might ask. I'll let you know if I can't find one for sure. And maybe I will need one, but I should be all right to find it. Remember when I didn't have to? I remember when you know what's funny? You guys know what's funny? You can tell how good you're doing in life by how you purchase wrestle pay-per-views. Isn't that funny? If you guys remember, if anybody was around, back in 2013, 14, 15, and 16, I used to always watch illegal streams of the pay-per-views. And sometimes it would be hard to see things because they were like pixelated or breaking down. And, you know, I'd be like, my stream's down, fuck. You know, and I'm watching me watch these things and like, my stream's down, fuck. And then in 2018, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and even 21, when things were pretty damn good, I would just buy everything because fuck it. Like, I want the best looking shit I can see. I want it top tier. And it's funny how you got used to that. And then it's funny how now I'm like, I need a legal stream. Anybody got the stream? Where's the stream? Oh, or like, fuck it, I'm not watching it. Like, it's so weird how life can go like that. How you can be, you know, how your life can be awful and piss poor. And then suddenly you can be just ripping ass, you know? And then all of a sudden you're a shithole again, you know? It's crazy how that is. I guess that's what happens when you're a moron. Oh, my God. But that's funny. You can tell how good Joe's doing by if he has to buy the pay-per-views. That's funny. And then people would say, well, hey, if you didn't buy those pay-per-views for 38 months, what's that in money? It's a great point. Imagine if I didn't have a great run in 2018, 19, 20, 21. What's that? Like 12 times like 60 or whatever? 12 times 50, whatever it is. That's not that much. That's $600. That's not that much. I mean, I could use it, but it's just $600. Life is a wrestling stream. King Hueco Mundo, James Jones. All the Crybabies clown go head broke John Cena action figure toys. Oh man, what people were like trying to go viral by pretending they were mad, and they were like, "Oh, you did this, John Cena," and they're like ripping, and they're like ripping up the dolls, ripping up the John Cena action figures and ripping its head off and stuff. Damn it, I wish I thought about that. I wish I thought of that. I would have done a video like that and tried to go viral and then smash my head through concrete wall or something. Like, you know what I mean? Or I could have had you know what I could have done was scared one of my kids so that they cried and then said, "Look what you did, John Cena, you fuck!" Like, and then just blamed him for my kid crying and then go viral by using my kid. Man, I got some ideas, brother. I got some great ideas, but it's too late now. It's too late now. So that's too bad. It's too bad I just thought of that because of you. Seabass the Beast. Thank you, Seabass the Beast, for the $3, baby. What's up, Seabass? Yeah! You want some of this? Munson does gritty be... What? James Jones, I have no idea what he's saying. Someone else, you guys must be having a convo I don't know about. I've been watching wrestling on a legal stream since 2019, says Vince. Oh. I've been watching them on a legal stream since 2000 and maybe 8. I don't know. But there was 3 or 4 years where I didn't have to do that. I never watched WrestleMania on the illegal stream, though. WrestleMania has got to be watched on pay-per-view because it looks amazing. You get all the detail. Peacock does not look even close to as good as pay-per-view. Pay-per-view has like the full frame rate and just unbelievable. A cable pay-per-view, oh my God. It is amazing how crisp and amazing it looks on cable pay-per-view compared to streaming on Peacock. Streaming on Peacock, it looks all shuttery, and you don't realize it until you watch on cable again and you go, whoa, wow. If you're somebody who's anal about picture, you don't want to watch it on Peacock for sure. Because Peacock isn't capable of getting that signal. It's not capable. Doesn't matter how good your connection is. Doesn't matter what you watch it on. It comes off the best on a PC, but it doesn't come close to regular cable. It just doesn't. No matter what you do. Netflix has been good. Yeah, Netflix looks pretty good. Netflix looks better than Peacock, I feel like sometimes. But still, neither Netflix nor Peacock look as good as a cable pay-per-view. For whatever reason. Netflix is pretty good though. And there's really just no streaming that can equal it. It's just the way it's delivered. Doesn't work. Do you want to see my peacock? My name is Tony Storm, and I want you to storm my castle. My cantle. Storm my cantle. I'm Tony Storm. Now storm me. Storm my body. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in kind of a weird mood. When you're talking about storming a castle, there's something probably wrong with you. Let's go back to that clip when we were talking about, when me and what is it? We were talking about this a while ago. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about the cancer kid that Trump he made that kid like an honorary security guard or whatever it was. And I was just thinking about him. He looked like Gary Coleman next to Trump the other day or this morning. Nobody stood and applauded him on the Democrat side. It was very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Like, you could have at least applauded the cancer kid, I found that to be very weird. We were talking about that earlier, about how the left and the right are so just despicable. If the president is the right president, then the other ones don't clap. If the president's the left president, the other ones don't clap. But if you go back and you watch the State of the Unions or the addresses by the president back in the day, even back in the early 2000s, everybody, for the most part, everybody clapped. And everybody was there like, okay, yes, Mr. President. It's crazy to see what they're like now. And both sides do it now. Both sides are quiet when there's another president. And it's like, what is going on? I don't understand. Like, they didn't used to do this. Like, there's a whole, and this is the first time someone's been kicked out of Congress or whatever during the State of the Union. Like State of the Union 2004 with George Bush. We pull that up.
Mr. Speaker.
Let's take a look. I mean, Bush was a fuckhead. I mean, and they here you go. Take a look at this is 2004 when George Bush, who's a fucking war criminal liar, was the president.
In 2 weeks, I will send you a budget that funds the war, protects the homeland, and meets important domestic needs, while limiting the growth in discretionary spending.
Well, they're not clapping on the right there. Some people are, but not everybody. But it's, let me see that again.
Seniors, or to take away their prescription drug coverage under Medicare, will meet my veto.
Why would you not clap for taking away people's Medicaid and pills and shit, or whatever he just said?
On the critical issue of health care, our goal is to ensure that Americans can choose Is the wrong.
See, like, if I continue to go through this like I did, I went through this the other day. I found several times where the other side also stood up and clapped. And I went back to the further back I went, by the way. I went back to Obama's first year. I went back to Bush. I went back to Clinton, and I went back to Reagan. And the further back you go, the more unified everybody is. And the more they all cheer for everything. I went back and watched this, and there were multiple times, to the point when I got to 5. I got to 5 times that everybody stood up and everybody clapped, right? I don't know if maybe there was once or 0 the other night with Trump where everybody clapped. I'm not sure if everybody did clap at all. It was 0 once, or I don't know. So it's very interesting to see over the years how the political whatever happens and the turmoil happens of it. But yeah, man, we couldn't even clap for a cancer survivor. I thought that was crazy. That was wild.
So President Trump decided to do this last night.
His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has
Unbelievable.
always dreamed of becoming a police officer. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of...
At some point later on, we'll have a laugh because there was a lot of funny things read off that I thought were hilarious. Trump read off all the corruption in the country, and it was very funny as he read the things that were on the corruption. So that was kind of funny. Unbelievable. They also voted for war. Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah, we don't want to vote for war now. We don't want to vote. We do not want to vote for war right now. So that's a good point. They might have clapped all together a couple of times, but yeah. Ajay Bahati says your rant on Germany and Canada was the promo of the year. Yeah, that was a fun time. Hooray to the Secret Service. Adam Copeland got 7 screws in his leg and moving smooth for his age. Yeah, not bad. I mean, dude, he could have ended his career with that. Remember that? How he fell down, the way he fell, the angle, the trajectory, the way he came down. Like, bro, that could have been the end of it. That really could have been the end of him. The way he landed, he is so lucky that he didn't land in a worse way, or that wasn't. I couldn't believe it when I watch it back. I'm like, yow. Like, that could have been fucking devastating. That could have been really bad. But yeah, I think it was State of the WWE. We got into the State of the Union because I mentioned the State of the WWE. Where we talked about no, not State of the WWE yet. It was the It was the Remembering WrestleMania. Yeah. And then there was women's wrestling. It was the one where it was either that or the women's wrestling one where JB went on like a rant. And he was like talking about the women in wrestling. He was not happy about women in wrestling. Remember this?
Still burned into my brain.
That's
little
funny.
memories like that. I saw something the other day between Britt Baker and that weird bitch. That was okay.
Oh, this was the clip right here. This was it. And it's funny to think because we're going back to Britt Baker. And she got screwed in AEW after all her hard work. She got fucking buried.
Memories like that.
That is funny. I didn't even remember that. So that's funny.
But no, AEW is fucking terrible. It's awful. I saw something the other day between Britt Baker and that weird bitch. That was okay.
Oh.
What? Sorry.
Jesus.
I know your channel's like.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. You're not allowed to say stuff like that anymore.
No. What do you? Who's? I don't even know who you're talking about. But wait a minute. But you
I don't
didn't
know
see
the chick that looks like a dude.
Which one?
See what I mean? This is why AEW sucks.
Wow, that's terrible. But no, let me ask you this: What about Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker's match that was on AEW Dynamite? I thought it was really good.
Women just don't belong in wrestling, dude.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm dead serious, man. They don't belong in wrestling.
Why would you? How can you say that when those women had a great match?
Because I'm not joking, dude. I know you have a newer audience now, but I've been screaming about this for like years now. They don't look right wrestling. They run weird. They run like they got a corn on the cob up their ass. They run awkward. Their moves always look like they're playing in the basement or something.
I agree. There are some matches where they're too soft and it's weird. I know what you're talking about, but like Jesus Christ, like, but you didn't
throw
like
punches, bro, like 2-year-olds, and then their acting is terrible. They stink. Go back to the pillow fights. That's all.
Now, are you talking about Nyla Rose? Because Nyla Rose is a woman now. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was talking about the chick that, like, she was in WWE, then she jumped ship. Like, she looks like she had a fucking chili bowl haircut. I'm trying to think.
Chili bowl haircut.
Yeah. She looks like a punk rocker. Does that help?
Oh, Ruby Riott?
There you go.
I think she dates men. I don't think she's into women.
I said she looked like.
Oh, my God.
That's what I didn't know. I think I was saying anything that crazy.
Jesus, I love
everyone
Ruby.
in the chat. See, here's the problem. Everyone in the chat. What have you? Do you have a watered down wrestling review now? Why are people blown away by this?
Well,
what year is he living in? Oh my God, he's trolling us. Are you gonna sit here with a straight face?
No,
and pretend
I just don't.
Come on.
I don't think you can say. I think that's.
I'm
problem.
sorry.
Like I think.
All right. What about fucking? Sure. Like what do I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean,
know.
like I think Jim Cornette says that stuff about people all the time, doesn't he? Even Cornette probably doesn't say that anymore because if Jim Cornette said that, he'd be just like destroyed by people.
Right.
Yeah,
so I don't know, man. Yeah, women's wrestling, it stinks. All of it just stinks on hot ice. They need to just do away with it. I mean, listen, I'm not saying they're not fun to look at. I love looking at the chicks, but you put them in a bowl of pudding and then we're talking. But as far as taking them seriously as athletes and wrestlers, oh no.
God damn, man, this is savage. Like I'm with you on some of it. Some of them, it's like, but I think
you know what I'm talking about, man. When they run the ropes and stuff, they look so stupid.
Well, see, I think some of the men do that too, though. Now, I think some of the men throw these like soft punches. No, I'm telling you, man.
Don't try to. Don't be a
I'm serious,
sitter, bro. Come on.
Like, put it this way: like when wrestlers used to punch, they used to snap. They had that snap to it. Now the wrestler guys do a lot of that punching with the wrist on the sternum, and it looks goofy.
It's not a wonder Jake's in the hospital, man.
Well, yeah, wrestling will probably kill Jake. I mean,
no, he has to sit here and listen to you try to play both sides of this. It's ridiculous.
Well,
does he like women's wrestling?
Yeah, he probably likes it more than I do.
He was better when he was fat.
You're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
Those are counters. I would call those counters for Tony Khan if that's what he wanted to do it. If that's what he wanted to do. But all of this really points to one thing, and that's that MJF wants to maximize his 2024. So now let's put that argument on the table, right? Now let's put that argument on the table. Let's look at the psychology of this. So that means, to some people, that would mean MJF is looking to get the most amount of money right now and in 2024, right? I would normally agree with that, but this jumping of the gun makes me think that MJF believes he is going to WWE. This tells me he's going to WWE. Why is he screwing with AEW right now already? Why not wait? And that would have been wrong, Joe, because he never went to WWE. Unbelievably wrong. Wrong. Unbelievably wrong. Sheamus won? Yeah, it was just, those were stupid. Alberto Del Rio, eliminated Santino to win. That was bad. But it was, it didn't, I don't know, I guess, I wasn't that bothered by it, I suppose. It wasn't like, yeah.
Well, a lot younger, we're not, that's what I'm saying. Back then, if we had this show then, we would have hated on it. But back then, as you know, at our ages, we loved it because it was just WrestleMania.
You know what? I know what it is. First of all, on paper it looks like it should be pretty good. On paper, it looks like it's pretty good. And actually, it was good. I don't think it was like horrible. But you're right. No matches like blew it away. It was almost like everyone had to come out and have a match. Like it's like, okay, guys, come out, have the match, and then the match ended, and you're like, okay, But I all right. So just to make it simple, I mean, Rock versus Austin. Obviously, that was a pretty good match.
Good, yeah.
It was a pretty good match.
It was the worst out of the 3 they had, but it was still good.
Let me see that, and that's it.
So here, let's do a quick quiz, right? So let me put you in the ringer here, okay? Let's start off easy. We'll start with WrestleMania 1. Go. What do you remember?
In WrestleMania 1, I remember the main event: Hulk Hogan and Mr. T and Roddy Piper, and I also remember Tito Santana leading off the event.
Okay.
And so I always remember Tito Santana he was really flying off those ropes, man. And back then the ropes were really loose, but I can remember him and I know after listening to stories that Vince wanted him to go out there and wake everybody up.
Yeah.
He was bouncing off the ropes, and he was facing that guy who had a mask on. I don't even remember who it was.
There was a lot of matches on WrestleMania 1 that people don't realize happened because they were very forgettable. But people always remember WrestleMania 1 because of the main event. Obviously, the shit with Cyndi Lauper, with Moolah and all that. So let's go to WrestleMania 2. Now, here's a great example of forgettable WrestleManias. What do you remember from WrestleMania 2?
Is WrestleMania 2 the WrestleMania where they had a couple different locations?
Yes, that was the one where they filmed different matches in different locations. Live, by the way.
Okay, and that's also the Bundy one, right, where Hogan was in the cage?
Yep.
With Bundy. Okay, so I remember Hogan in the cage with Bundy because I remember the big blue fucking cage, and I remember, wanting Hogan to win and hating Big King Kong Bundy, and to this day I still think King Kong Bundy's a bitch, a fucking idiot who called Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels talentless hacks. It's like you're a moron, you fat idiot.
That's it. He's a fat fucking douchebag that hasn't seen his dick since he was born.
I hate it. I remember
WrestleMania 2.
Well, I'm not done yet, though. Wait a minute. Roddy Piper boxed Mr. T. It was kind of weird. I remember that.
See, now I think that was at the different arena, right? Because wasn't that the main event for the other people?
If it was, I feel bad for them.
Right,
it was. WrestleMania 2 is so confusing because it's all over the place. It was the worst idea. It was, again, Vince is classic for this. Vince has these unbelievably good ideas sometimes, and he keeps striking good on them, and then he has one that doesn't quite work, but it's still crazy that he thought about it. It's entertaining that he actually came up with it, even though it didn't work like the XFL say. He always does this.
God.
He hits a home run. He hits a home run. He hits a home run. He goes, "I'd like to try to hit a home run with a green bat on fire," and then it doesn't really.
It's a prime example of he got so much success with one, he wanted to triple and maybe even quadruple the success of the first one instead of trying to put a couple of great successes together. Because WrestleMania 2 technically was still a success as far as the pay-per-view buys, blah blah blah, but. So he has the bombed WrestleMania 2 critically, right? Then we get to the WrestleMania that's most notably remembered amongst wrestling fans as a group, and that's WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
It's not even worth... it's worth talking about. That sounded awful.
Well...
But it's very memorable, WrestleMania 3 is.
WrestleMania 3 saved... If WrestleMania 2 lost ground, WrestleMania 3 saved it and brought it right back. It was...
For many different reasons, Joe.
Right.
They packed 75,000 people in the arena. I know they say they packed 95,000 or some shit, but I've heard over the years that was very enhanced and beefed up for, TV reasons. But, personally, my favorite match from that was obviously Savage and Steamboat. I'm supposed to be quizzing you, so...
Well, you shouldn't... Well, that should have been... So, obviously you had two different... You had all the elements that they would, from now on, kind of build on, which is okay, Savage versus Steamboat was the wrestling match that entertained everybody, that everybody was really talking about, after the thing, all the purists or whatever we would talk about afterwards, and it's the funnest thing to go back and watch. Hulk Hogan and Andre was the spectacle that everybody had bought the thing for.
Right.
So, and then maybe you go back, and when you go back and watch it, you watch Andre and Hogan and you want to fast forward. You're almost like, let me just get to the part where Hogan slams him and wins. I want to see that. But maybe you want to watch the whole thing. I don't know. But it was one of the best matches. You talk about a big guy in a match. It's one of the best matches that Andre had, and it was in, the biggest stage you could be in. And he had a lot of other good matches that I'm sure didn't air and think. And
but you know what a great example for WrestleMania 3 is, as far as the way they structured, like you said, what was it, Steamboat and Savage? That was the wrestling match. That was for the people who prided themselves on watching great wrestling.
Yeah.
But people bought it because of the spectacle of Andre and Hogan, right?
Yeah.
I think a prime example of that was WrestleMania 17. People bought that for The Rock and Austin. But do you remember what we got on that fucking undercard? We got that crazy TLC match from the Hardys, Edge and Christian and Dudleys.
Yeah.
Which actually stole that show.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy, dude. That was, it's kind of like YouTube, you put up a fucking video and then people think it's something and then they get it's just like that.
Or you put up a video, nobody ever fucking watches it.
Yeah. Which would happen if you said, it's going to be, Jeff Hardy versus Edge. Or back then, or fucking Dudley Boys versus the Hardys, and then people would be like, "What?" But it was you can't even compare it to that because people do know who they are. But anyway, the point is, I remember those two matches, and that's about it. I remember Harley Race was there. I remember thinking "Oh, that's cool." He I didn't even know Harley Race was there, but that was recently when I watched it, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can picture all the classic guys that would have been there, I'm sure Greg Valentine and all those guys, but I don't remember what the hell happened. I remember Roddy Piper did something, but not really.
Yeah, because I think
he was acting.
Didn't Piper do a hair match or some shit at 3?
Yeah, it might have been, but I don't remember who he wrestled. Oh,
I'm trying to remember what
wait a minute,
Piper
didn't he? What about? Wasn't he in a feud with Bad News Brown or something at that time?
See, this is bad. We're really trying to go through my wrestling brain right now, and I'm not around a computer, so I can't cheat.
But this is the point. More than I do. But that's okay, because the point of this is that we don't remember, so it means something.
There you go.
So there we go. We remember Savage and in Steamboat, and we remember obviously Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. That's it. WrestleMania. Well, move on to WrestleMania 4.
Yeah, and 4. Good luck for me.
The tournament.
Because I was kind of out of touch from 4 to 7.
Really?
So
why were you out of touch on those ones?
Show now.
Why were you out of touch on those ones?
It just didn't. I was really, really young, and I've probably gone.
Yeah,
back
but how the hell do you
them.
know about the other ones? Just because of history?
Yeah, no. Which ones? Are you talking about 1 through 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, because with studying it stuff, and 4 through 7 to me I just don't really know a whole lot about them, and the only reason I know things about from 8 and beyond, because 8 took place here in my home state. That's kind of when I got back into it. You know what I mean?
I loved 8, but the 4 was a long one. I think it was just like the other ones. It was a real long one. You had basically the tournament.
Wasn't 4 the tournament, Joe?
Yeah, is the Macho Man, and, Ted DiBiase, who obviously just on the show, Ted DiBiase. There was a while that people thought he was going to win the title. He thought he might. They told him he might win the title, and then they didn't do that. But Ted DiBiase did an amazing job wrestling 3 times or 4 times or whatever it was that night, and just
him and Randy both.
Oh yeah, these guys. You really believed it. Other than there's a few King of the Rings that have been like this, but this was a great tournament because you were even if you didn't like Ted DiBiase or didn't like somebody, you just believed that they did work that hard to get there in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And now you either like this one or you don't like that one. And Hogan, ends up coming out to help him at the end after everything goes down. But that was a fun thing to watch. It almost doesn't feel like WrestleMania though. When you watch it, it almost doesn't feel like it's WrestleMania. It feels like they're just doing a pay-per-view event from the Trump Plaza.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. It's very strange. Of course, Bobby Heenan, Gorilla were great back then. Jesse the Body and those other WrestleManias, that was an entertaining thing. But the commentary is so good. through all these WrestleManias is one thing you got to say.
Of course. I mean,
I think this might be the Battle Royal. Maybe there was like a Battle Royal.
Are we moving to 5 now?
No, this is 4.
Okay, 4. Okay.
And there's I think Bret Hart. This is the one where Bad News Brown wins, and Bret Hart didn't win, and he breaks Bad News Brown's trophy into pieces. I think that's this WrestleMania. And like he flips out and he's like, he's heel. Bret Hart's heel. He's wearing the blue tights, and he starts smashing Bad News Brown's trophy after he wins. I think that's what happens. Bret Hart attacks him, I think. I just don't. I think something like that happens. I don't know if Bret Hart is face or if he's heel, but as a kid, I remember thinking, that he was heel, because that was like a mean thing to do. That
was not nice.
And then the rest of the show is literally almost the rest of the show is around the tournament.
Yeah.
Because there's no other. I think the whole thing is tournament because there's like 15 there's like 14 guys in the thing. And I don't remember a damn thing that happens other than Macho Man winning the title. So there you go. There's WrestleMania 4. Macho Man wins this big tournament. And
that's where I'm at, too. I'm at the same juncture as you. Like, all I remember was Macho winning at 4.
Now,
what about 5? Now, is that the Hogan and Warrior one, or was that 6?
That's 6. But 5 is the first WrestleMania I ever saw.
Okay.
I never will forget it because Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, the mega powers collide. And I'll never forget because the music comes on at the beginning, and that's what attracted to me to the damn thing was when I got in the video store because Vince McMahon comes on like, the mega powers collide, WrestleMania. Like, he goes just crazy, and like they crash into each other on the screen and explodes. And it's so funny. Macho Man thinks, Hulk Hogan's trying to take his girl and all this crap, and they get in this big feud, and now they're going to wrestle for the championship. A year later, Hulk Hogan kind of helped Macho Man win it, and a year later they're
fighting each other.
They're enemies. Yeah.
Yep.
He wants to win it from him. So
arch enemies, by the way.
Hogan bleeds in that match. I think it's one of my favorite, maybe one of the best Hulk Hogan matches there is.
There's not many fans.
No. It's the top 3. it's the top 3, maybe top 5, top 3. I think top 3 Hulk Hogan matches ever. The Rock and Hogan is up there with it too. Just
That's
because
the best one in my book, personally.
Yeah, I love that. But
it's a great match.
As far as
we'll get there though.
What else happens? As far as what else happens, I know that. I know that the commentary again was good. Bobby Heenan. I know Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty were there. The Rockers were there, and they were taking on. There was something weird. It was the Twin Towers. Yeah, it was the Twin. It was the Big Boss Man, I think, and then Hakeem. Jesse the Body would always. The way he said Hakeem was always funny to me.
Hakeem.
And I think the Rockers lost. I know that
much to Sean's disappointment.
This was also during a time that there was a rivalry with Beefcake and Brutus the Barber Beefcake and $1 Million Man, and I remember that. I don't remember again who wins that match. I think it was pretty good though. Because the interaction with Ted and Beefcake, those two had good chemistry too. In fact, I think Ted gave. I don't remember anything about Brutus the Barber Beefcake unless it was in a match with Ted DiBiase. To be honest, so
I'm the same way.
That's definitely saying something about Ted and maybe Beefcake too.
Well, I remember a lot more things with Ted DiBiase than I would with Beefcake.
Yeah,
I remember a lot of things with Ted DiBiase. But as far as Beefcake, I'm kind of with you in that agreement.
Yeah, I only remember when he was on screen with Ted. I know that. I'm trying to think of other people who were there. I know that Rick Martel did something with Tito Santana. I don't remember what he did, but I know Tully Blanchard was there.
Yeah.
I remember Dino Bravo around that time, and I'm trying to think of everybody else, and I really can't. I can only just see flashes of them there, and I can't picture. I know that there was something with Jake Roberts and Andre the Giant. I don't remember if they wrestled or if they wrestled with each other or against each other.
I couldn't tell you. For all I know, they blew each other. I really don't know.
You know what? I know what it was. It was Jake Roberts and Andre the Giant with... and something to do with Big John Studd was there too, but he wasn't in the match.
You know that's bad, Joe, that we didn't bring up the Big John Studd and Andre for WrestleMania 1.
Oh, that's right.
I completely forgot. Wasn't it like the $10,000
That was the money
body
match.
slam match?
Yeah, that was the slam him in the money. Yeah, that's exactly. You're right. That's crazy that we didn't think of that.
But I mean, that's understandable. I mean, we obviously knew that match because we're talking about it now.
Yeah, it was.
But it just kind of slipped our minds because didn't Andre like throw fucking? He threw the
money
out
into the crowd. Yeah, and he just started throwing his money everywhere. But that was kind of like a feel good gimmicky match.
Sorry.
Anybody want $1?
Go buy a hamburger.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Well,
we'd probably edit this portion out if we gave a shit about it.
I wouldn't care. Who cares? That's. I don't care.
Anyways, Joe, what are we on? WrestleMania 6? Let's move to 7.
It was a gimmick. Put it that way. That's why we launched over it.
There you go.
I'm sure.
God damn.
I know that Rick Rude was there, and something I do want to mention is because I know the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 5 was the Ultimate Warrior versus Rick Rude. I remember that. I know that happened, and it was okay. It was, it was the Warrior. It was
right.
It was not. It was pretty good, but it was. I mean, just because it was like entertaining in a way, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Fans don't want to hear my thoughts on the Warrior, so I'm going to allow you to talk everything about the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
Because I can't stand him.
Well, I did. Well, there you go. And then the Hulk Hogan versus the Macho Man. So that's what we remember about 5. This is the greatest thing. Trying to remember WrestleMania. That should be the name of the show.
It's fun though. I'm glad we got here.
This is fun
because now, Joe, because you're not going to start hearing me talk as much as you until like 8.
Well, what's funny about this too is I'm going to actually start forgetting. I actually know more about these WrestleManias than the newer ones.
Good, so I'll take over coming sooner or later.
I have no fucking idea who wrestled at WrestleMania 24 and stuff. I don't remember anything . But anyway.
Some of these won't take long, Joe, because they were one matches like the WrestleMania 15 and shit. So
yeah, I mean it's kind of like what do you remember and what do you give a shit about, and that's
true.
That's
there you go. So let's go to 6 then, Joe. So what do you got
from Skydome? Of course, from Skydome, absolutely unheard of. 2 of the biggest baby faces in all of wrestling: Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan in the main event, title versus title.
Even back then proved that you don't have to have a good guy and a bad guy to draw huge numbers.
And it's cool because they did something different again. It's always as much as they say.
Yeah, as much as they yawn because it's almost 4 a.m.
As much as they say, Vince, they kept trying to do the over and over again like Rocky or something. They did try to reinvent it each time they did it. That's why it kept working.
Before Joe continues, I need to make sure fans appreciate that we are up until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
to ensure you guys get content.
Yeah, this has got to be. You must have content. We're gonna go through. We had no idea it was gonna go this way, right? We started talking, and then all of a sudden we realized this is gonna be a video about us trying to remember WrestleMania.
Yeah, there you go. We need more beer.
Damn it. So I remember.
Let's go.
This is WrestleMania 6. Okay, so I remember that.
Okay.
The Hart Foundation was there. I know that happened.
Now, let me ask you this, because I don't know. I'm not around a computer or anything, so I'm not cheating in any way, shape, or form. Who was the Intercontinental match? I don't know. Who had the title? Who defended it? Who won it? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, no. The Hulk Hogan...
Is this when Warrior had it? It was
it's title for his title. Warrior had the Intercontinental title, and Hulk Hogan had the
Okay, I'm
title.
with you now.
Okay. I'm just going off my head, too. I'm not going around on the internet. Which is otherwise, because if I did, I'd break down every match, and that would be scary. We'd be up here until tomorrow. No, so I obviously remember that main event. I remember that. I do remember. What else do I remember? Like I said,
I'm trying to rack my brain too because I have watched all of them, Joe. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
I only remember Hogan and Warrior from the show.
I watched it a lot as a kid, and then on the network every once in a while I do put them all on. But no, I remember Mr. Perfect wrestled Bruce the Barber Beefcake. I remember that. Roddy Piper and Bad News Brown had a match because Roddy Piper painted half of his body black.
Right. Okay. Yep. I remember that.
So I remember those two wrestling because of what Piper did and how intense that seemed to be.
You know, in a little inside thing too, if people have watched the Table for Three with Roddy Piper, he actually talks about a story how some of the guys in the back hid the chemical that was supposed to be used to get the paint off of his face because it was really strong paint, so it wouldn't go away if he sweat.
Yeah.
And I guess they hid it was a clear chemical, but they replaced it with water.
Oh, God.
So it wouldn't come off. So Roddy Piper actually just had to keep the paint on, and I guess he went out and got blackout drunk and almost missed his flight the next morning. And he said he bought this big giant teddy bear for his daughter's birthday because he missed her birthday. So he tries to board this flight with this giant teddy bear, and he's half fucking black. And he tries to get on the plane, and he tries to they said that he has to check the teddy bear because it won't fit in the cabinet and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. So Roddy Piper said he screamed at the lady or whatever, so instead he just bought the first class ticket for the teddy bear. It was a really good story. It's my favorite Table for Three, the one with Roddy Piper. But yeah, he bought a first class ticket for him and the teddy bear, so he didn't have to check it.
That is hilarious. I had
What
no
a
idea.
badass, right?
But he's going first class.
Yeah, who's the joke on now, fuckers? You thought you'd hide his chemical remover for the paint, but now he's bought a first class ticket for a teddy bear and he's going home. Anyways,
so
back
damn
to
funny,
WrestleMania
man.
6.
I can't wait to watch that now. I can't believe I missed that.
Oh, Joe, it's the best one. It's him, Paul Orndorff, and Gene Okerlund.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's the best Table for Three in my book, personally.
All right, I don't remember anything else about that WrestleMania except for the Heenan family. Like Haku and all them.
Right.
I'm remembering WrestleMania. Me and JB did a 3-part series. That episode was 2 hours long. Then we did 2 other ones, part 2 and part 3. So a total of 3, 6, about 8 hours. So if you ever want to check those out, definitely check those out. There's 3 episodes, 9 hours or 8 hours or something like that long, with us talking about WrestleManias 1 to 10, and then 11 to 21, and then 22 to I believe 29 or 30, whatever we were at. Or no, we were at the WrestleMania play button, so we went all the way up to WrestleMania 33 or 34 there. So yeah, if you ever want to hear the Remembering WrestleMania, I think it's a great talk, a great podcast that we did. And you should listen to all 3 of those. What a great time, man. And I'll never forget my time going to WrestleMania for all the festivities, but then not staying at the Mania. It's so weird. That's how important it was to me to get home to do my show and to get home to my family. I went out there and I came right back. Shout out to Wrestle Rumble or whatever it was. Yeah, that guy was great. I love the guy from Wrestle Rumble. We had a real nice time, man. And what a fun time. Those were great times. It felt like there was a smaller community of people that I knew. Now I feel like everybody's like some shill, annoying, younger WWE YouTuber, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like all the YouTubers now, there's like a million of them, and they're all just kind of like, they're all in their own clique now or something. Like, and they're all goofy, and they're just like, I love WWE. It's amazing. It's so weird. But like back then we had like our own like clique of people. Like, you know, Adam Blampier, and it was me and the Catman, and you know, Grimm, Brian Zane, and quite a few other people, you know. We had the best what's his name? Oh God, the Great One. We had a lot of people, and it was a lot of fun. God, it was fun. Right before, you know, Adam, before he got canceled, you know, and sold his soul to everybody. You know, that guy sold his soul. That guy sold his soul. And remember Adam Blampier showed up dressed like a tennis player? Yeah, we should revisit the Remembering WrestleMania. Maybe I'll go grab one or two of my buddies and some of the good streamer, somebody I know who's a streamer who's good, and then maybe somebody else even, and grab them and be like, yo, we're gonna sit and we're gonna talk, remembering all the WrestleManias, or we're gonna do a little round table or something, and we'll record it. Maybe we'll do that. I just talked to my wife, and she was like ranting again about the press conferences. She's like, what the fuck are they doing? She's so disappointed. I was like, come on the show and talk about it. Crazy. Crazy times. Shout out to the Spectral Citizen, who's a new producer on Patreon. I don't flock with anyone, mate. That's what Dicko says. I never missed a Mania plus... yeah, I don't think I've ever really missed a Mania. I mean, after 5, I don't think I've ever... After 6, I've never missed one. Well, I mean, like, you know, I might have not seen it one day and then seen it the next day. You know, that might have happened.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Number 1 top donation. Let's make a pact to only say WWF cause WWE sounds weird.
I always thought that. When they changed to WWE, I was like, what? Now WWE sounds normal. But I remember when they changed from WWF, it was so weird, dude. When they changed from WWF to WWE, it was kind of enraging, to be honest. I was like, why are they doing this? Like, how could you just change your name that I've known my whole entire life? It seemed crazy. Like, the company was called WWF for like 25 years or 28 years at the time, I think. And it's like after 25 years or something, whatever, my whole life, the WWF, the WWF champion, and then it was WWE. It just became very weird. Fucking World Wildlife Foundation. That's why I hope those pandas die. I hope they fall down a mountain and they don't get up. Okay? I hope people trying to rescue them get hurt. And I hope the World Wildlife Foundation burns in hell. I will hate them forever for that. I will never forget the World Wildlife Foundation. Scumbags. 100% scumbags personified. God, they're terrible. And they make me angry. Doomed, huh? Thank you, Doomed, huh, for the $3, man. I appreciate that, brother. Love you. I thought AEW was a 6 out of 10 tonight. I thought Evolve was I thought Evolve, like, in reality, I thought it was like a 5 out of 10, but like as a show that it was like a 7. Like, for Evolve being what it is, it was nice. It was like a 7 or 8 for what it is. You know, for itself, it was a 7 probably, or 8 or something. It was had a lot of good little wrestling, and even though Peter Rosenberg is a scumbag asshole, the commentary was all right. It wasn't really bad. It was a pretty good commentary. So, you know, I would give it a 5 out of 10 in reality of what it was. But for what it's supposed to be and what it is, I mean, I would say, you know, it did well for what it is. So, but if I was to be like, it's a real wrestling show, it's not developmental, it's a real wrestling show, and I'm going to grade it, you know, I would have given it probably 5.5, something like that. But it's developmental, and for a developmental show that's just learning things, and it's the first show, you know, I'd give it a thumbs up for what I saw. So that's the good news there. But it can't really compete with AEW. I mean, I was more entertained by AEW in the end. That Tony Storm promo alone was awesome. What did the World Wildlife Foundation do? They basically sued the WWE all the time because they had WWF, World Wildlife Foundation, WWF, and the WWF basically agreed to pay them for like paying fine. They were paying a fine essentially, in a way, or something like that, to use the rights to it. But like, you know, because they were similar, and really if you said WWF, people thought wrestling, and because of that, the World Wildlife Foundation was like, what the fuck? Because I think they were there first. So the WWF kind of drew up a deal like, hey, you know, don't sue us, don't take away the thing, you know, we'll pay you a couple of $1 million every year, or, you know, whatever it is. I don't know what they were paying, millions of dollars. And I think at some point Vince just said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to pay you anymore. Probably kind of like the scandal with the hoe. I don't want to pay you anymore. And he's just like, I'm not paying you anymore. And when you stop paying it, you know, they lose the ability to do WWF without being sued or something. So they just said, well, we're not going to pay you anymore because we're changing our name to WWE. So no more legal trouble with having to pay that money. Now, I didn't know that. None of us, I don't think any of us knew that was happening, you know? But so I blame the World Wildlife Foundation, and I hope all the pandas burn in hell. So if Evolve is going to be what ROH used to be in a few years, yeah, maybe. I actually don't know. I don't know, man. Every time the WWE makes a developmental thing with purple colors, it never goes well. I don't know what it is. This is the 4th time WWE has a developmental that's got purple colors. And all the other ones didn't go so well, you know? They didn't go well. Didn't go well at all. But anyway, thanks for 75,000 subscribers. Yeah, we hit the number, baby. Shout out to Edge. You look good tonight. He won. He beat Yuta. Told Yuta to eat his mother. Jon Moxley looked like a lost puppy tonight. Wasn't really great. Now let's go play in the swamps of Africa.
demonic. Hollywood is cooking. It's cooking babies. Adrenochrome, Brandy and Cody. Your mix, baby, will do. So give me the both of you. The Rock wants your soul. Then The Rock wants your role. The Rock. Then The Rock.
Joe, congratulations on 75,000 subs. Can't wait to see you get to 100k. I'm headed on my trip on Friday. Gotta fly out of Washington Dulles.
Damn. Damn, man. Have a good flight. Thank you, Gerald Armstrong. You are the top donator. Thank you, Gerald Armstrong. You have a good trip, brother. God, I don't think I'll ever get to 100K. I'll probably be dead before I do. You have a great flight, brother. Shout out to Eddie Chaos. What's up, dude? Ghost 66. Mid-South for me. Freebirds. Oh, yeah, man. The Freebirds. Kurtman, how you doing, Kurt, man? How are you, Ghosty? How you, James Jones? Gerald Armstrong, you top dog beast. Thank you, man. Dropping the rock will suck your soul donation. La 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 la. Thank you, Gerald. We're going to end the show tonight with you being on top, Gerald. You get to be on top, Gerald. Look at that. Thank you, Gerald Armstrong. Gerald Armstrong, mommy's always on top. Thank you, brother, for the $10. Have a good trip. Washington. Thank you, Doomed, huh? Thank you, Gerald Armstrong. Thank you, Seabass the Beast, the Citizen, and Autism Awareness. Thank you guys for the donos.